Come on. There we go. What is up, everybody? It is a new episode of the Double Edge Cinema Podcast with me, Justin Ryan 1988, and this guy right over here, TJ. What's up, bud?
Greens.
Wings,
Up.
wings. What's going on,
Greens.
man? What's
Not
happening?
not much, man. Here to talk about some spooky movies.
Spooky movies. It is getting around the corner for spooky season. I've got the Halloween decor up and I'm ready to roll. I am ready for this. So, how's everybody doing tonight? I hope everybody is doing well. Before we get started, please follow all the links down below in the description. Subscribe to Ryan 1988. Subscribe to Screams Streams 7. Mr. TJ over there. And don't forget to subscribe to the Double Edge Cinema Podcast YouTube channel. So, and please like and comment because we would really appreciate that stuff. So, but anyway, we're ready to talk about some spooky movies. So, in particular, one main franchise, and that is the Conjuring franchise, which I have watched with TJ recently within the past month, all 4 of these movies.
Yes, sir.
And we saw The Conjuring, The Last Rites this past weekend. So anyway, overall, real quick, before we get to each movie, have you had fun watching all of these?
I did. I wish we had a little bit more time to watch the spinoffs, Annabelle and the Nun and Curse of La Llorona, which I've actually never seen that one. I've seen all the rest of them, but never seen that one. And I've not watched the third Annabelle, which is on the list for sure.
And that for me, I know it's an Annabelle movie, but like I would have called it like a Conjuring movie because even with Ed and Lorraine Warren not really in the movie as much, it still feels like should be for some reason a Conjuring movie, titled a Conjuring movie. So, but yeah, I think you'll like that one. That's one of my like top favorites if we're ranking the whole universe. I absolutely love that movie. So
I don't know if it's one you gave me or one that I already had, but I was looking at my movies and I have all 3 Annabelle movies.
Man, marathon, you should do it.
Yeah.
You should do it. What's up, Chris? How are you? What's going on, buddy? What is up? I know you've seen The Conjuring, The Last Rite, so looking forward to talking to you about that. But yeah, and then I'm also a fan of the Nun movies. I'm actually in the process of rewatching The Nun 2 because I haven't seen it since the theaters, and I got super tired last night, so I didn't finish it. But I really like that one rewatching it. It's not as bad as I thought it was. So
Yeah. I don't really remember the Nun movies. I remember watching them in theaters. I just really don't have any remembrance of it. But I also didn't even remember watching like The Conjuring 3 in theaters really until like the very end of it. And I was like, oh, this part's familiar.
oh,
I
so you saw
remembered
that in theaters?
yeah. I remember the hook at the end of it.
Nice,
But we'll get into that. But
yeah, we rewatched them. I have like
yeah.
different opinions on one movie in this.
I have a feeling when we rank these that our rankings are probably going to be pretty similar.
Do we want to rank them first and then talk about them? Because I feel like they're going to be similar rankings. How do you want to do it?
Let's talk spoiler free review for the people that are only here for that of the
Okay.
new Conjuring. That way they don't have to watch the whole video.
Okay.
Although it'd be a lot cooler if they did. And
If
then
you
we'll
want to, everybody.
Yeah, you
Sounds
should.
good.
You want
Sounds
to,
good.
you just don't know it.
You want to, because we're beautiful people. You're watching us. We are gorgeous people. So I'm serious. Watch us. Anyway, okay, so what were your thoughts on The Conjuring: The Last Rites?
Yeah, we've talked about this a little bit, but I didn't go super into detail because I wanted to
Yeah,
save it more for the podcast
yeah,
episode. Um, my biggest complaint, I know this movie, and I think we both agreed on this. I know this
yeah.
movie was centered more around the Warrens,
Mhm.
which was great, and it worked out well. But I feel like we did not get enough of the family that was being haunted. They
Yeah.
barely had any screen time. It did show a couple things, but other than one big one, the rest of the little spooky things they showed happening to them were pretty minor, like
Mhm.
like the phone cord thing, like
Little things like that. Yeah.
But so
Uh,
I wish they had shed a little bit more light on the family, and then at the end, the final fight, I guess, was kind of
mhm.
anticlimactic to me.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree. I agree. So, anyway, I'll let you keep going. Keep
Yeah,
going.
I mean, overall, the movie is good. Like, it's by no means bad. Uh, it's just not what I wanted, I guess, especially for the last movie we're gonna see. Well, supposedly the last movie because they apparently announced another one.
They announced a TV show, a prequel movie. There's
Yeah,
something else that they're doing. Like I
yeah,
mean, this. By the way, this kudos to this movie though. Like, whether people loved it or not, the movie made a killing at the box office.
yeah.
Like,
I
it
mean,
made.
like I said, I did think it was a good movie for
Oh, I
sure.
know you did. Yeah,
It just wasn't everything I wanted it to be. I guess I don't know.
yeah. No, I okay. So for me, I think we share the same opinions as far as the cons go. My biggest con was the fact that you really didn't get to know the family of this case too much. And I've read up on this case, this real life case, and I've, looked at YouTube videos, and it's a scary case. Like it's very creepy. Very, very creepy. And they did a made for TV movie back in 1990 called The Haunted, and it's based on this case, and I remember as a kid that scared me. Like, that was a very effective and creepy made for TV movie. Um so I do wish that the family would have had more of a character development, or have been there were some more of the focus of this movie, of the case, because again, this is like one of the scariest cases for Ed and Lorraine Warren. And then not it wasn't quite scary. It did have jump scares,
Yeah, it definitely had
which
its moments.
I jumped. I did jump. I'm not gonna lie, I did. I don't think it surprises TJ too much, but
No, no.
I did jump. I'm a jumpy person, and there was there was a couple of good um scary nuts. I don't know if you would call it scary, but there's definitely a couple scenes where I was like, "Oh my gosh," like, just kind of like secretly, you know, talking in my head like, "Oh, creepy
I
goosebumps."
will say too, there was a couple ghosts in this movie. Um, Two of them kind of looked very similar, and they really weren't
Yes.
scary. They were just kind of creepy looking.
Yeah. I
But one of them was absolutely menacing.
And he's in the trailer, by the way. It's the lumberjack.
Okay, okay. I didn't want to give that away, but yeah,
No.
there's a
Oh,
well, he's a farmer, but he's using like an axe,
he is
and he is just
creepy.
creepy. Yeah,
Oh, yes. So creepy. I agree with you. Like,
yeah.
I had goosebumps when he would come on screen. Um, One of my other like small cons is, like you said, like the ending of the movie. It wasn't one of my favorite endings when it comes to a Conjuring movie. I think the first two movies definitely had like the better, conclusions.
Mm,
Um, but without giving anything away, if you follow these movies, um, the very last like 5 minutes, maybe, um, there's some good surprises, and that's all I'll say. I won't say too much
yeah,
about it,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. It was
and
very
and
cool.
it will, and if you're a fan of these movies, it'll put a smile on your face, because I was like, "Oh, that's so neat." Um, And then, but overall, I really enjoyed this movie a lot. I had a great time with it. I got to see it with you and Megan, and that was fun. Um, the acting is top notch. I thought everybody did a great
Yep,
job here. Like Vera and Patrick, I love them as actors, but I love them when they're together on screen, and you could just tell that they have great chemistry together.
for
And
sure.
it's still throughout like 10 plus years of them making these movies. So that was great. I love the fact that the movie it takes place in the 80s, but they didn't like try to overdo the 80s. Like it just had the music from the 80s. It felt like it came from the 80s with like the telephones and things here and there. So that was great. Like I said, jump scares, and like you
Yeah,
mentioned, the the ghosts in this movie could have been better, but like I said, the one main ghost was definitely, terrifying. Like there's
yeah,
a
he
couple
was
of moments,
he was menacing.
yeah, there's a couple moments when he's on screen, and I think those are some of the scariest ones. There is also a bed scene, which I won't give too much away, but I remember when that came up, I was like, "Yep, I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep tonight." Knowing that my feet are at the end of the bed, I was like, my luck, something would haunt me. So,
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
but I had a great time with it. I was very happy with it. I know it's getting a lot of negative reviews from people, and I don't think this movie is a bad movie at all. And I think people should definitely go see it. Like,
I agree.
congratulations.
I feel like it's kinda become a trend lately to just openly bash on things, especially with movies. Particularly close to home for me is the Marvel movies. I
Yeah,
still to this day
I
don't think
agree.
I've said it before, I don't think Marvel's made bad movies. I think they're just
Mm-mm.
not as big as people expect.
No,
Um, and I think that is an issue that we just need to come to terms with. Like, just because a movie's not as good as the previous movie doesn't mean it's not a good movie.
exactly. I agree with that. I agree. Like, the thing about it is, if the the first Conjuring movie is like, I'll just say this right now, it's the best. But, and not every movie is going to be that first movie.
And
You have to
honestly, more often than not, the sequels are never as good as the first movie. Very,
100%.
very rarely does a sequel surpass the original.
I agree with you. I completely agree with you. So, you got to like, one, have fun with these movies. Two, don't go in expecting it to be the first movie.
Yeah.
These are 12 years, 12 or 13 years of Conjuring movies plus the universe that we've had, all these spin-offs, and you know, you know, sometimes they're going to be great and sometimes they're not going to be as good as the others, but you got to have fun with them. You got to accept them, and
We've got a
don't
couple
go.
comments.
Yes, I'm gonna.
Sorry.
Megan, hello. How are you, Megan?
Hey,
What's
babe.
going on, my friend? Um, and then Chris says James Wan may not have been at the helm, but as producer, his influence is way more present in this installment around. I agree with that. Like he didn't direct this movie, which I wish he would have, being that it's the final film with Vera and Patrick. But I did feel like in this movie, his presence was definitely there more
And
compared to the last.
and for reference, for those that don't know, because this is something I recently learned, James Wan was the director of the first two movies, but he did not direct the third one.
Yep, and Michael Chavez, who directed The Last Rites, did direct The Devil Made Me Do It. He directed The Nun 2, and he directed The Curse of La Llorona. So he's been a part of the Conjuring universe for quite a long time. So for quite a bit. And then Chris did say the final moments of The Last Rites really made that movie for me. It made that movie for me too because I was like, this is kind of heartfelt. Um I love those final moments. Like
For
again,
sure.
surprises in the movie. If you have followed this universe from the very beginning. So, and then there was a couple of other Easter eggs in that wedding scene, which I'll talk to TJ about after we're done with this. But some actors popped up that weren't in these movies. So that's all I'll
Yeah,
say.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, and what else? There was something about the last rites. I did want to mention one other thing, and I'm drawing a blank on it. Atmosphere. I did like the atmosphere. There were some good
yeah.
moments. I'll say this too. Somebody brought this up to me. I think it was one of our coworkers who had seen the movie, and he had said that the one thing he wishes they would have like had dived more into was like maybe the demon behind the mirror or this object in this film, which
I
you
think I
really
had mentioned that to you actually.
did you? Okay,
Yeah, I think it
yes,
was me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We didn't
yeah.
really have any like reasoning or something. Like
There
for
wasn't
instance,
much.
for reference, like in the second one, the guy died in the chair,
Hmm.
etc. Like there was no real meaning for this demon being in this mirror
That's exactly yeah.
or
And if
any
there,
ties or whatever.
and it could be, um, you could find about it more in the true life case, but I felt like this movie was definitely trying to be more of a center focus for Ed and Lorraine Warren,
Mhm.
knowing that this was Vera and Patrick's last movie. And then, like, the family that was being haunted and the object of the mirror, well, it wasn't as developed as we wanted it to be. But other things I did love real quick, I can't remember her name, but the actress who played Judy Warren, the older Judy, I thought she did a great job, and I thought the actor who played her husband in this movie, or soon to be husband, the character Tony, I thought he did a solid job too. So we'll see where they go with them in the future.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm for sure excited about a TV show. That's kind of
I I did talk to somebody real quick. Sorry. I would say the TV show, I would love them to do like every episode, have it be each episode be based on an object that's in the museum.
for sure. That would
That
be
would be
cool.
cool. That would be
To
neat.
literally just call it like the Warren Museum or something. For
That would be
sure, that'd be
awesome.
cool.
I
Yeah.
love that. I love that. So, but yeah, what would you rate this movie? What would you give
Mhm.
Conjuring the Last Rites?
On a scale of 1 to 5 or 1 to 10?
1 to 10.
1 to 10, I'd give it like a 6.5.
Hmm. I gave it an 8 out of 10 for me.
Mm, okay.
8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. It might
Yeah.
change. It might change as the time goes on because there is one movie in this franchise that has went down a little bit for me. It
Mhm.
wasn't as strong as I remember it being, but
Yeah.
Megan, what do you give this movie? Let us know. So, all right. So, do we want to talk about the other Conjuring movies, where it all
Let's
began?
let's dip in, and just for the record, we are only ranking the main 4.
Yes, we're not ranking the
If
whole universe.
I guess if you guys are interested, we could jump into
I
the
think we
rest of
should.
them at some points, but
Yeah.
I'll need a refresher before we do that.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think that'd be fun
yeah,
at some
I
point.
do. I remember the first 2 Annabelles pretty vividly, more the first one
Mm-hmm.
and the second one. I don't think I've seen the third one. I don't remember the none at all,
Yeah.
either one of them.
Well, Megan gives it an 8 out of 10 as well. So,
8 out of 10. Okay,
yep, yep, yep. I
that's
I do. You what?
that's fair.
I remember that. I mean, I was talking at the screen a couple times. I was like like quietly trying to quietly talk at the screen because sometimes I can be loud and I'm like, ugh. So, but yeah, I definitely had my jump scares in this movie. So, the most annoying thing though was people in the theater. Let me tell you what.
Yeah.
People
We
running up and down the steps. Okay,
Yes,
go.
we had some teenagers that kept walking in front of the movie. Like, I'm pretty sure that boy with the long hair, like, I'm pretty sure he was in his seat maybe like 30 minutes of that whole freaking movie. It was a
And then he kept
2-hour
running up
movie.
and down.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kept running up and down, and then I had these two teenage girls behind me talk, and I'm like, at one point, I quietly shushed them. I was like, shh, because I was like, I can hear them talking out of the right side of my ear, and I'm like, come on. So Yes, you had people talking during the whole entire movie too. Yeah, I don't understand that. Like, this is my thing about going to the movie theaters. It's different when you're at home, but why are you going to pay like 10, $15
Yeah,
to
I was
go
gonna
to
say
a movie?
realistically, it's probably close to 20. Yeah.
Yeah, almost $20 plus the popcorn and the drinks. If you're going to talk during the whole entire movie, like, what is the deal? Come on. Come on. I sound like an old man, but it's the truth. I'm like, listen to your elder people.
What was that?
It's a thing for my camera.
Oh, like a pod.
I
Okay,
was
yeah.
just like, I had it in my hand. I was like, listen to your elder.
Justin keeps
So
that thing on him. He got a pod whipping at all times.
I do. I'm like, listen, okay, listen, Linda.
He's gonna put his
Um,
phone on it and bludgeon a criminal to death in 4K.
the power of Christ compels you. um, anyway, so but yeah, people were I literally like up and down the whole time.
Yeah.
I was like, come on, sit down. Come on, you can do it. I promise. I promise. So, but anyway, I had a fun time. I got to watch it with you. I got to watch it with Megan. We had good food before then. So, overall,
Yes.
great time.
Yes.
Great time.
Craig, you'll probably like this. We went to Clucker's and got some food, and
Ooh.
I got some wings, some boneless wings,
Ooh.
and they
Yes, you did.
were so good.
What kind of boneless wings did you get? Was it the
I
chick?
got
Was it the?
it was the garlic parmesan. That's pretty much my go-to.
Yeah, that was
M-
good.
My acid reflux don't like spicy anymore, sadly.
I don't like a lot of spicy anyway. That's the old side of me coming out. But I say I'm old, but I'm only gonna be
Yeah,
like 40 coming up. But no, the food was great, and I had
the wrap.
the wrap, which was
Yeah.
excellent, and even the onion rings were good. I was like spot on. The only thing is, what's scarier more than The Conjuring is when I walked out and I had like really bad onion breath. Like that was the
Yeah.
only thing. I was like, hell no. So, oh, anyway,
All right.
so
So
let's
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 hop
go
into
to the
this
movie.
ranking. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So
So
we'll rank and then we'll talk about them.
I'll let
So
you go first on your last one. I'm almost positive
I think we have the
based
same.
on thing. I'm pretty sure we have to have the same ranking on this.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
but yeah, go ahead. What's the least
So
favorite?
the one that ranks my least favorite, and by the way, when I say my least favorite, it's not a bad movie. I still really like the film, but it is The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, which is the third
Agreed.
movie.
Agreed.
Yes. So when I initially saw this movie in theaters, I loved it. Like I was like, this is a great movie. I had a great time with it. Like thought it was suspenseful. Loved the opening. And then we rewatched it last week. And I still love the opening. Like the opening is one of the best things about the movie. The whole exorcism thing, that was great. And it's
Mhm.
quite eerie and
Yeah.
scary. Um, but then the rest of the movie is just until you get to the third act,
Yeah.
it's just I don't want to say boring, but
I will.
okay. Let's say it drags a lot
Yeah.
and not much happens. Like
Yeah.
this was a tough one for them because during the time I believe there was like suing going on and they had to find a story that wasn't based on a book that an author did and it couldn't be paranormal. So they went with the story of this teenage boy or teenage guy who murdered somebody, and said that they were possessed. And you do find out that in the movie that there is somebody who practices black magic and is pretty much taking over this boy and making him do things. Um, but yeah, I mean, the acting's great as always. I love Vera and Patrick. I thought the overall cast was great. It's directed really well. I do really like Michael Chavez as a director. I just find the movie to be quite slow. and there's not much that happens. There's some scares sprinkled throughout it. There's a mortuary scene that happens in the movie that I found to be quite creepy. Um, and then you get a third act, and the third act is satisfying. It just, for me, rewatching it, it's definitely my least favorite of these four films.
Mhm.
What you
So
think, sir?
I agree with almost everything you said. I thought, and I have a very short attention span. If a movie's not holding my interest, I fidget.
Yeah.
Like I almost like have to have something else occupying my brain to get through it.
Hmm. Yeah.
And I found myself, we were watching this in my basement in my movie room, and I found myself very frequently like kicking my feet and kind of twiddling my thumbs and talking, which I cannot stand talking in movies, regardless of
Yeah.
if it's a movie I've seen 100 times. I find myself wanting to converse with you all.
Hmm.
It was just in the middle. And again, when this movie started, I was like, holy shit, this movie's going to be crazy. And then it just fell flat and
Yeah.
like I don't know, like it told the punchline before it told the joke.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's what happened in this movie. But I mean, the beginning has to be one of the best beginnings in any of the I mean, it's one of the best in the Conjuring universe. Like, I think the exorcism stuff is quite eerie and quite scary in this movie. But the rest of it is just very slow. And I found myself kind of bored a couple. I will say I find myself a couple of times bored with this movie. Nothing against the actors, nothing like that. I love them, but story wise, even like I feel like the main guy in this movie who's being accused of or he's telling people that he was possessed and yada yada. Like they even sometimes take the focus off of him and they go on this other case to try to figure out what's going on, and it's just slow, just slow, kind of
Okay.
kind of sucks. What's up?
Rank this movie 1 through 10.
I thought about this. I'd give it a 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I give it probably like a 5.
5 out of
Like
10.
like
Yeah,
5 and
that's
up is
fair. I mean, that's
considered
fair.
good, but this is like
Yeah.
low good. I think the beginning was a 10,
Yeah.
and I think the end was a 7, but
Yeah.
the middle was like a 3. Like
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was just enough to even it out.
I'd probably
Yeah,
give it I'm gonna do 6 out of 10. I'm doing 6 out of 10 for this. Like, or like 5. I mean, it could change 5.5. I don't
Megan
know.
said
Like
a 5.
she said 5. Yep. 5
Yeah.
out of 10. Yeah. I don't know. I loved it when I first saw it. I think the theater experience was great, but rewatch it. I gotta go 5.5. I'm gonna go 5.5 out of 10. Like, this for me, if I'm ranking the whole entire Conjuring universe, it's on the bottom of the list. It's definitely on the bottom. It's my least favorite of these four movies. It's one of the bottom ones for me. Like, I'm having a blast. Everybody hates The Nun. I love The Nun. I think The Nun is awesome. Um, I think Annabelle Comes Home is awesome. Like, there's other movies that are better than this film. So I love you, Vera. I love you, Patrick. But and Patrick, you got a good booty. Just saying, in this movie, he's not naked or anything, but like there was a couple times I was like, "Holy crap, his pants!" You see it. But anyway, let's go on to our next one.
Okay.
In our third place, what is yours, sir?
So for me, it's the new one. It's Last Rites was the 4th.
Same. I agree. Same here.
Yeah, which we've
So,
already talked about that one to a good extent. I
yeah.
don't want to go too much into that
Nope.
one.
Okay.
Again, the major flaw for that one was just there wasn't enough. The family didn't get enough
Yep.
light. The ending
Agreed.
was a little it fell a little flat.
Yep.
Still a good movie. I already gave my ranking on that one too. So
We're good. We're good.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So, in number 2 place, I'm going Conjuring 2 for this one.
I agree.
Okay.
So we
So,
had the
yes.
same
So
ranking.
same
I
ranking.
will admit that rewatching them, I struggled a little bit ranking 1 and 2 because I
Mhm.
do think that the family in the second one was a little more relatable,
Yeah.
and I
Yep.
think that there was more variety of ghosts, so
Mm-hmm.
that kind of held my attention a good bit more.
Yep.
Um, but just something about the story from the first one just held it a little higher.
I agree with that. Like I'm with you on that. Like I thought the ghosts in this were very creepy. Valak, the
Hmm.
nun demon, is scary in this movie. Like this is I love the nun. I've said that before. I feel like she's has a smaller part in this. She's the scariest in this movie than she is in her own films. It's like that with Annabelle too. Like Annabelle in the first Conjuring, for the small part that she has, is scarier than any of the other of her movies.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I love the characters. You feel, you can relate to the characters. You feel bad for them. Like the poor girl in this movie just goes through so much and no one believes her for the longest time, and still some of the reporters at the end of the movie are skeptical about it, and they don't believe her. It's heartbreaking. And I thought the family in this movie, their performances were great. Like the main girl in this, she had to do a lot in this movie, and she was fantastic. And I love the actress that played her mom, and just the family in general was great. um, Scare wise, this movie's scary. Like there's some scary moments sprinkled throughout the movie. Um, and even rewatching the movie, I was like getting goosebumps, or like I was trying to prepare myself because I knew certain scenes were gonna come up, but it was gonna get me. Like, like the scene where uh, she's watching TV, and the channels keep changing. And then at one point, she goes up to the front of the TV and does something, and that old man is right there screaming at her. And I still jumped when
mm,
that came up, and I knew it was gonna happen. And I was
yeah,
like, it's still gonna get me. Um, and once again, like Vera and Patrick are great. I really love the third act with them. Like they gave some of their best performances in this franchise with that third act. Love that. It's a scary movie, but then I also like that there's some heart in this, like when uh Ed Warren goes to buy the family records, and then he has a moment where he's singing some Elvis Presley with them. And so you have those moments where it's like he's trying to like calm the family after everything they've been through,
and those
and
are the
sing to him.
moments. Those right there are the moments we were missing in the later
Yes,
films.
exactly. Yes, like you didn't have those moments with the family
Which
in
you
the
did
first
have in the fourth movie. You did have the scene where he's cooking
pancake.
pancakes and
Yes,
talking to the fiance.
yes, you did
But
have that.
yeah,
But I think you just wanted more, like you said,
yeah,
like we agreed. You just wanted more with the family. Like you wanted to connect with them a little bit more. It was horrific what they went through, but you wanted to connect with them a little bit more.
yeah.
Like in this movie,
So,
you did.
what would you rank The Conjuring to?
I would give this movie. I'd honestly give this movie like a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll probably go like 8.
You're gonna go 8 for this one? Yeah, I'm going
Yeah,
nine
yeah,
out of ten for this one.
yeah.
9 out of 10 for me on this one. So this is one of the best horror movie sequels out there. It's
I
also
think
the
I think
you
it's
what?
probably so for me personally with horror
Uh-huh.
movies. I think ghost movies are scarier to me than slasher movies
Agreed. No, I agree
because
with that 100%.
I just think ghosts in general are scarier than people in a suit or physical versus non-corporal.
Yeah.
Uh, so to me, I think ghost movies are just more scary, and I think that The Conjuring is the pinnacle of ghost movies.
Mhm.
Um,
Agreed.
so, um, and really just possession too as well is freaky. Like, there's no way to
Yes.
put that. It's freaky. They talk in demonic voices. They distort their bodies. They and some movies projectile vomit, uh,
Mhm.
walk on ceilings, like flow. Like it's just creepy shit.
And
And I think these two movies, the first two, did such a good job of depicting that.
100%. And I want to tell you, like, when it has to do with children being in harm's way and dealing with this, that's the hardest stuff. Like and movies like The Exorcist or this movie with this little girl having to go through this stuff. Like, I'll tell you, one of the most emotional scenes in this movie is the scene where when Ed and Lorraine first get there, and Lorraine goes outside and she's sitting on the swing set with the little girl, and like the little girl just breaks down and she's like, this is just so hard. She's like pretty much saying that like nobody believes her, and she's just trying to tell people that no, this is happening to me, please believe me. And she's struggling. It's such a sad moment in the movie, but one of the best moments. Megan gives this one a 9 out of 10. So whoop, whoop. Okay, so in final place, we can both agree that the first Conjuring is the best of these 4 films. So you go.
Oh, this is a fun fact. Obviously, I've watched a lot of horror movies. The first time
Mhm.
I watched the first Conjuring movie, it scared the shit out of me.
You were telling me
Like,
this is the only movie that's
this
that
is the
scared
only movie I've ever watched in my entire life that has ever scared me. And
you.
it
Yeah.
didn't even scare me on initial watch. It was that night after we had watched it. Me and Megan lived in our first apartment, and we were laying in bed, and it was dark, and I just got to thinking about this movie, and I was like, I need to sleep with the fucking lights on tonight because it was just creeping me out. So yeah, we slept with the lights on, which I was like, I mean, I was an adult. I was like 22, 23 at the time.
Yeah.
So I mean, it came out with 2013, I
Yeah.
think.
How
Yeah,
old was I then?
so I was like 22. Yeah,
I gotta I gotta see how old I was.
that
I'm
means you
kind
were
of scared.
probably 25 ish.
Let's see. I'm kind of scared now. Let's see how old I was. I act like I'm like really old. I'm not that old.
As he looks down his glasses. Yeah.
I was 25 at the time. As he looks down at his glass. That just needs to be a clip.
He peers down like, oh.
We just need to find that as like a short and just post it on our YouTube channel. I'm not old. I'm one of the cool ones. And I'm like looking down out there.
I didn't forget what the hell we were talking about.
We were talking about this movie.
Yes.
Yeah, so was this the house? Was this the apartment that was haunted? The one that you all were
Yes.
living in?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Dude, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
I think this would be a fitting podcast for ghost stories if you wanted to end it doing that.
Yeah,
I
I
think that
love
would be
that.
cool because I've got a couple of cool
But
ones.
but
Uh,
anyway, I do. Oh, sorry.
no, you're good. Go ahead.
No, I want to say this is one of the scariest movies I've ever seen, and it still freaked me out when I rewatched it. Like, Bashima or whatever that spirit's name is scares the crap out of me every time.
Mhm.
Bashima. Um,
Um,
the scene that gets me, and I know it's gonna happen, and I just know it's gonna be there. She's gonna pop out, but I still get goosebumps every time. Is the scene where the little girl's like banging her head on the closet cupboard,
mm,
and she stops, and they both look up, and there's that crazy old evil thing, just
mhm,
like that's tongue sticking out, looking at him, and then she jumps on the older sister. Creepy stuff. Um, and then you got the moment in the movie where, and this is just thinking about it creeps me out. I I can sleep with the lights off. I'm not scared of the dark. But the moment where the one sister wakes up after her foot's been dragged off the bed, and she's seeing something behind the door, but you can't, like, the audience can't sees it, the sister
yeah,
can't see it. That's terrifying. Again,
for
one,
sure.
it's a
For
kid,
sure.
it's a kid going through that. And two, it's just like you're like, what is behind the door? Like, what is happening right now that she
Mhm,
is seeing that we're not seeing? And then like it's her performance, and then it's like what she tells her dad afterwards, how this thing was saying that it wanted her family dead. Like, you just imagine this stuff in your head. Like that is the scariest stuff. The stuff that you can't see
Mhm.
is the scariest stuff for me.
100%.
Um, it's just
What would
scary
you
movie.
what would you rank the first Conjuring?
10 out of 10.
Yeah, on my first initial watch, I would say 10 out of 10.
Mhm.
Of course, it's been 12 years. Time has faded a smidge.
Yeah.
So I'd probably come in at like a 9.5 now.
Mhm.
Which I mean might as well be a 10. But yeah, my first initial watch, 10 out of 10. Only movie to this day that's ever scared me.
It is a terrifying movie, and it's also a great fall movie. Like the movie has a great fall atmosphere to
Yeah,
it. So
for sure.
you want to like be with your cozy blankets and like just have something nice hot to drink. So Megan gives it a 10 out of 10. So but anyway, yeah, so spooky time. Let's do it.
Um, all
So
right. Before we dip into that, for those of us that were only here for
oh
The
yes.
Conjuring,
Yes, yes.
um, and this one is a little fun little random pop-up movie series that
Okay.
I just realized we have right in the middle of all of our horror
Oh, which
movies.
one is that?
It's the Twilight movies,
Oh yes, we got the Twilight
which
movies.
is ironic because I was just talking to Logan yesterday about the Twilight movies.
Oh,
It's
what does
so
he think
ironic.
about them?
Yeah, he hates them. He thinks they're awful. I
Please,
think he
Josh.
does drugs. Yeah, but anyways, uh,
I like them. I dare
yeah,
say I love the first one. I don't care what
yeah.
people say. I love the first Twilight movie.
So that means we have 5 movies to watch in 2 weeks, Justin.
Holy crap. Okay, so
Yeah.
I could do it.
Yeah. Hey, babe, what we doing outside of the movies and the event this Sunday? Because we got some Twilight movies to watch.
We got Twilight movies to watch. I at least want to watch the first one with you. I love the first one. I
Yeah, for
love the
sure.
first
We'll
one.
have to link up sometime,
We'll
even if
have
it's
to
like after
look.
work or something.
That sounds great with me.
I do have a very busy week mowing next week too,
You
though.
do. And
Yeah.
I have a busy week too.
Hmm.
I don't have a busy week.
Yeah. Okay.
I
So
have my
yeah.
lover. He's coming home
Yeah.
from England.
Casper the Frisky Ghost.
That's exactly what it is. So, just kidding. If y'all know, I will tell you all if I ever find my main man, my main squeeze. So it will happen. It will.
All right.
So,
So, Justin, have you ever come into contact?
I have never personally, but I do have like scary stories about it where I think, no, I know that I've been in situations where one, I'm either very uncomfortable because I could just feel something, which that could be that I've been in contact with something, or that I've been in a place where I know for sure 100%, maybe 95 that it's been haunted. Um one time I used to work at Family Video. Um, and I was there for 6 years. And there was a couple nights, and I'm not alone here because I had a coworker who would say the same thing. After close, we would be I say we. I would be closing up, getting my drawer counted, getting ready to go. And all the TVs would be off, like it was just quiet. So quiet in there. And I remember once I was at the front counters where the store was like how it was centered was like the counters were like near the front entrance. And across this big old building was our adult room. Yes. And the adult room, it wasn't a curtain or anything. It was a door that would open and close. And I remember one night I'm counting my drawer, getting ready, and I hear the door open and then I hear it close. And I thought, oh crap, somebody's still in here. And no one came in or out of that came in or out of that room. And it freaked me out. And then there was times and it was always one certain spot in the store where a movie would fly off the shelf. every spot. And it wasn't a coincidence thing because it happened more than once.
Yeah.
And I do remember a coworker telling me that she knew it was haunted too. Like
Yeah.
it would happen to her. Things would fly off the shelves. So I have a feeling that building's haunted. Like
Yeah.
we were the last place open on that side of the plaza, so that was even scary because it's like 11 o'clock at night on a Friday when we're leaving and nothing else is open. And just the fact that like you would hear things in there it was so creepy, so creepy. So that's my first encounter. So what else? What do you got?
All right. Well, my first encounter, kind of minor, I guess, and also I was trespassing when it happened, so
Yeah,
a little bit of a conflict here.
yeah,
When I was a sophomore or junior, I think I'm positive it was before me and Megan got together.
yeah.
Because I was in talks with another girl at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Me, her, and then a couple of like her sister and some other friends went to Gates of Hell, or there's a cemetery from the 1800s, and
Mm-hmm.
it's nicknamed the Gates of Hell. And it's
Yeah.
actually on somebody's private property. We should not have been there. Uh, but we snuck back there one night at like 11 o'clock at night, like it was dark. Um, and there was a tombstone
Mm-hmm.
that they said like nobody's ever been able to sit on it for 10 minutes. And
Yeah.
I was like, bet. So I sat on the tombstone and we
Mm-hmm.
set a timer and we were just kind of talking. And right at 9 minutes, I felt what felt like three fingers grabbed my ankle.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, and I jumped off that tombstone so fast, and it freaked me out. And I literally, like, my eyes started watering. It scared me so bad. And they were like, What happened? What'd you feel?" And I told them, and they were like, "DJ, that's a baby's tombstone." So three
Ooh.
fingers is like the size of a baby's hand.
Oh
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah,
Jeez.
yeah,
Oof. Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Creepy.
Um, Very creepy. My next one that I can really think of, I lived in Oregon at the time, and in town, it was like a small town, so it was like your neighborhood town. You can easily walk up there to the grocery store or whatnot. But at the end of the town, there was an old building, and for the longest time, it was closed. There was nothing there. The biggest thing I remember is they had these. I mean, these were massive, huge doors, and they were glass, and you can see inside them. And every time we drove by, like it could be something that I was just seeing in my mind, but I would see what looked like a child in like a red coat that would just run across the doors every time. And then they finally opened the place up, and it was like a hotel. And it was just creepy just going in there. It was very old. Everything was very old. And yeah, it was very eerie. So that was my other. I don't know if it was an encounter, but it was very creepy.
Yeah.
Can't explain it. Can't explain what it was.
Well, my next story takes place in said apartment we talked about earlier, and it's
Hmm.
really like 4 or 5 stories into one. It all kind of
Hmm.
bleeds together.
Yeah.
So we lived in a small two-bedroom apartment when me and my wife first moved out. We were just dating at the time. Um, and this apartment complex had 8 apartments,
Hmm.
four on one side and four on the other, two upstairs, two downstairs on each side. And we were in the bottom left-hand side. Okay. And the way our apartment was set up, you walk in, you have the living room. To the left, you have a kitchen area, and
Hmm.
then you have a little hallway on the back left side of the living room that bridges into the 2 bedrooms and the bathroom.
Yeah.
So our bedroom was the first bedroom that we had a spare room that we used just for like random storage, and then the
Hmm.
bathroom. Okay. So one night, probably 2 or 3 in the morning, I wake up in the middle of the night. I have to pee,
Mm.
and I walk to the bathroom, and I hear a child giggle.
Jeez. Oh my
It's
gosh.
it freaked me out a little bit. I kind of probably, in hindsight, I probably walked to the bathroom a little bit faster. But
Uh-huh.
it's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm half asleep.
Yeah.
Maybe I imagined it.
Mhm.
I'm willing to admit that it might have just been a fluke. Okay. Fast forward probably a couple months. We lived in this apartment complex, I think, for 2 years.
Yeah.
But fast forward a couple months. So in the living room, our couch was against one wall. The TV was right here. Then the little
Mhm.
entryway to the bedrooms and the bathroom was to the left of the TV.
Yeah.
This was when the game Destiny came out, and I was a very hardcore Destiny addict. So
Yeah.
I stayed up many a nights playing Destiny. This was
Yeah.
probably 1:30 in the morning or so. I'm staying up. I'm sitting on the couch playing the game. I hear our bedroom door open. I see a shadow walk from the bedroom to the
Oh.
bathroom. Okay, I was zoned in. I just assumed it was Megan. Didn't think nothing about it
Mm.
until about 30 minutes went by and I never saw Megan walk back to the bedroom. And I was like, okay, I need to go check on her and make sure she's okay. Pause the game, get up. The bedroom door is wide open.
Mhm.
Megan is still in the bedroom asleep. So something walked from our bedroom to the bathroom.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
here's where it gets really freaky. Okay. Keep in
Oh
mind the first
jeez.
story was a child's voice.
Mhm.
Okay. So fast forward like a year later,
Mhm.
me and Meg are getting ready to go to bed. We're talking, and she's talking about how bad she's craving some biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
So we go to sleep. I wake up like 7 o'clock the next morning. Megan likes to sleep in a little bit. We didn't have a kid at the time. She could do that. So I wake up at like 7:30, and I'm like, I'm gonna go get some biscuits and gravy. I'm gonna surprise my wife.
Mhm.
Just something to boost her day. So whenever we park in our apartments, we had two parking spots. We had two windows, one in the dining room area, kitchen area, one in the living room.
Mhm.
I parked in front of the kitchen area. Megan parked in front of the living
Yeah.
room. In the window in the kitchen area, we had a little round table like that big, and then a
Mhm.
chair on each side, right in the window.
Yeah.
Okay, so I get up, I go to Dairy Queen, get our breakfast, making her biscuits and gravy, and I pull up into my parking spot, looking straight into the window to the dining room, and there's a little girl with blonde hair
Oh.
sitting at our kitchen table.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I look down, I unbuckle my seatbelt. It dawns on me what I saw. I look back up, and she was gone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So 1 plus 1, it was a little girl's laugh I heard.
Mhm.
It was this little girl. I'm convinced that there's a little girl that's haunting this apartment.
Did you ever like look into it and just go, what happened here?
I
Or
tried to Google it. I couldn't find anything for that specific address, but I want to say it was like in the 80s. There was like a big tornado that
it was the
came
70s,
through
yeah. Yeah,
70s or
yeah.
80s. Yeah, and it wiped out like half of Brandenburg. That was mostly
Mhm.
what I was finding.
Yep.
And that apartment was down the road from the school. And the school was one of the places that got hit hard. And I also think that at one point they used it for a shelter. So,
Mm.
I mean, I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you this. So that storm, that tornado in
Mhm.
Brandenburg, where Family Video was located, like obviously the building was built years later,
Yeah.
but it did touch down around there, and I feel like that
Oh,
could possibly be why that
yeah.
place was haunted. Like that
Yeah.
certain area was haunted.
But yeah, fast
'Cause-
forward a little bit to
Oh.
me and Megan are engaged. We're getting married. We're
Hmm.
reaching out to some old friends to get addresses to send wedding invitations.
Yeah.
And she reaches out to one of her old friends and they get to talking, just catching up. They hadn't talked in a while.
Yeah.
And the friend was like, "Hey, where are you living at now?" And then Megan responded, "I'm living in so and so apartments." And she goes, "Oh my gosh, we used to live there. Is that place still haunted?"
Oh.
Was the exact phrase that she
Oh my
used.
gosh.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Pretty wild. Yeah.
That is wild. Um. couple other times that I'll tell you, like, they're not necessarily like me seeing something, but it's weird. I, I can sense when like something just doesn't feel easy. Like I feel uneasy about something. So Scarefest is coming up,
Mhm.
and I'm excited. I know you're going. It's gonna be fun. Megan's going. Craig, his wife's going. Lewis is going. It's gonna be great. But this was like 2 years ago, and at the convention, it's also a paranormal convention, and there was somebody selling like dead bugs and dead objects, and in one of his glass cases, it was a huge glass case. There was a mummified corpse, and it was like sitting down, uh, kind of just it looked dreadful, and I walked by it, and I just felt uneasy. Like the whole area just felt uneasy, and I remember Lewis's friend. He does paranormal investigations and stuff, and he felt uneasy about it, and I felt uneasy. Like I was like, I want to get away from here. I don't like it. There's just something about being over in this area that just made me feel uneasy, and I'm not one that feels uneasy about certain things. Like this just got me. And then there was one time I was hanging with Lewis and our friend Eric, and uh, it was up in Louisville. There was I guess, an old hospital that was torn down. I can't remember where we went. It was like out in the middle of nowhere. It was now a park, but there was some of the building left over, and like underneath there was like what used to be a basement, or I don't know. But I remember walking through, and I felt uneasy about it. I was like, I don't want to walk in here. Um, I don't know. There's just something about it. Again, I don't get that way all the time. But there have been at least a couple of times that I know of where I've been in a situation where it just doesn't feel right. It just
Yeah.
there's something about it where does that make sense? Like it just doesn't
Yeah, I get it.
feel
I get it.
right at all.
Megan knows how bad I don't mess with, like, ghost stuff at all,
I don't either. I don't do
and,
Ouija boards.
her hairstylist invited us to go to, tour Waverly or, like, stay the night at
Hmm.
Waverly or something like that, and she was like, "There's no shot I'm getting my husband to do that."
Yeah.
It's just not happening. I'm not stepping foot in that building.
Which building was it again?
The Waverly Hills
Oh yeah,
Sanatorium,
I
whatever
won't
it
do
is,
that
yeah.
either.
We're like ghost hunters have been there. It's, like, known to be haunted.
Yes.
There's
Oh
no
my god.
shot I'm going in there. Knowing my luck, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna bring a freaking demon home.
It haunt my ass. I know for sure.
Yeah, I'm not messing with
Um,
none of that.
I don't mess with it. People are like, Justin, you love scary movies. I'm like, but if it's real life stuff where things can happen to me, I don't mess
No,
with it. Like, I'm not gonna go and I'm not gonna intentionally go into haunted places.
no. Or
Because
or
like you, my
worse
luck,
or worse, I bring that shit home and it gets my kid, like,
yeah, like you don't want that stuff.
yeah,
Um, Ouija boards, I will not mess with any
mm-mm.
of that. Like I had a friend in high school. I went to her, I think we were in ninth grade or eighth grade. And it was Super Bowl. I remember this. It was a Super Bowl birthday party. And a group of us had left after like a couple hours. She had some friends stay a little after, and she had a Ouija board, and they went upstairs to play it. And during the process, it moved by itself off the
Mm.
board. The planchette moved by itself.
Nope.
And they were so freaked out that her dad went upstairs, grabbed the board, threw it out the window. But for 2 weeks, she could not sleep in her room because she would hear things and feel things.
Bet
I
she
don't mess.
was.
Yeah. I don't mess with stuff like that. I will not
Mm,
mess with stuff like that. Like friends have told me in the past, just come, Justin, come do it. And I'm like, play with one. Don't be scared. I'm like, the hell no. I'm not gonna do that stuff because I know it would happen to moi. And just I do not will not mess with it. I won't even do Jailhouse Pizza when they do their ghost hunting stuff there
mhm.
because I've heard stories, and I'm like, I'm not after hours. I am not going to try to investigate because I know something would happen. I
Yeah,
know it would happen.
just the luck.
Just the luck. Well, Lewis, me and Lewis's friend DJ, he's a paranormal investigator. He does this stuff. They went, and I don't know if this is word for word, but they went to Jailhouse Pizza and they encountered things like I think they had said at one point that DJ had, they weren't really feeling anything, nothing was really going on. And then I think DJ said something like, if you're here, do something. And like his ponytail was pulled.
Hmm.
I just don't. I mean,
No, thanks.
they always say don't show fear, like, because that's like the worst thing. But I could not be in a situation where I was intentionally in a haunted place because that would scare me. My mom does like these, like her and her friend, they'll do some ghost adventure stuff. And she showed me with her phone, they had one of these devices where when you look at the device, you could see a figure walking in the shot. And there was a figure walking in the shot. And it was scary as all be. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like, I will not do that stuff. Sorry.
You
Sorry, sorry.
said don't show fear to a ghost. If a ghost pulls my hair, I won't. My face won't show fear. They'll smell the fear because I will have shit my pants.
Right? I know. I know.
My
Okay.
bowels are moving.
Yeah. I do have a question for you. So
Yeah.
I personally feel, because I have a story about today. This is what I'm telling you. I Do you ever wonder, like people will say, "Oh, somebody called my name," and then they'll be like, "No, I didn't say anything," and you just hear it in your ear, like somebody
Hmm.
called you.
Yeah.
Do you ever wonder sometimes if like you heard like a voice just like call your name and actually happened? Not like the person calling you, not
Yeah,
like
but
the person.
like a
Yeah,
ghost or something. No, I've never. That's never really crossed my mind. I don't think.
I gotta tell you a story. This
Okay.
freaked me out today. I was walking into work and I literally go and open the door and I thought you called my name.
And I wasn't even there. I didn't come until like
No,
12:01. Yeah.
no, that's the
Mm,
thing. I was
yeah.
like, I turned around and I was like, no, it wasn't him.
I
So
was
I don't know if
astral. I was astral projecting to River
you
Ridge.
were, like, I'm gonna hump your ass. I know, but do you ever wonder that I always wonder that if like I know sometimes you can hear things and like, just in your mind, but like sometimes I wonder if like when somebody calls your name or something happens, like could that be like somebody just saying hey, or I swear I was like I looked around, you weren't there.
Yeah.
You
I've
were
never really
not.
like wondered that, but I do often wonder, like if my grandma or something like comes and visits me.
I wonder that too. I think about that stuff all the time. Like I believe in ghosts. Like I think there
Yeah,
are
oh,
ghosts out there.
100%.
I believe there are ghosts out there. Um, my grandma on my mom's side once said no, she doesn't. She said she didn't believe in ghosts. I'm like, there are ghosts out there. Like I believe it. Um, it was so weird. There was a couple times, like in my old YouTube videos, I would record a YouTube video with my old camera, and I remember a couple times. It was actually in this room. I don't think it's haunted. Um, but I would see like what looked like a freaking white dot that would just like fly
You
across
know,
the
Lord,
camera. Yes.
I have a random question.
Okay.
Do you have a Halloween poster on your door upside down?
Halloween
Oh,
poster.
it's a blanket. It's a blanket. Okay.
Oh,
Never
I
mind.
was like, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. That's a
When
blanket.
you leaned back, I saw the like material. I could the
Yep, it's
wool
a
or whatever the
blanket.
fleece.
But I do
Yeah.
have a Halloween poster there. It's signed by a lot of
Yeah.
people. I got
Well, just
stuff all over here.
like when your shoulder was blocking the way, it looked like it was like the white part was part of your wall, and like
Yeah,
just the bottom half of your door was Halloween. I was like, what the
yeah.
heck?
I literally was gonna shit myself. You're gonna be like, "Who was that behind you?" I was gonna be like, "No one's in this room with me."
Greg says he wants to meet up with us at
Yes.
Scarefest.
By the way,
Um,
Craig, hello. How
Craig,
are you, Craig?
Craig, are you going to be cosplaying at Scarefest? That's what I want to know.
And Craig,
Because
I didn't realize this was your username, so sorry about that,
yeah,
bud. Otherwise, I would have said earlier, "Hey, Craig." So
yeah, I want to cosplay at Scarefest. Megan does not want to cosplay at Scarefest, but I do not want to do it by myself.
I'm thinking about cosplaying. I don't know what I would do yet. I've had a couple ideas.
We
I've
need to
had
link up. I don't know if you just want to meet up and like get lunch or if you want to like hang out whilst we're there. But I really want to cosplay and I don't want to be the only one with Megan doing it. So
I'll be Laurie Strode.
that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be Laurie Strode and Michael, which
I'm not gonna be
for
Laurie.
her, she would just have to wear bell bottoms and like a button up shirt. It would be such an easy cosplay for her. Most people wouldn't even know who the hell she is.
I'll be Laurie Strode with a beard. How about that?
Yeah,
Oh, you know what? I want to be
Laurie
Dr.
Brode.
Loomis.
You'd be
Yeah, I
Laurie
want
Brode.
Lori Brode. I want to be Dr. Loomis.
Yeah, that'd be pretty funny.
Oh, that would be neat. I could totally. You know what? I will cosplay with you if you be Michael and I'll be Dr. Loomis.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
I shot him 6 times.
I'll have fake bullet holes.
I shot him 6 times.
Yeah, yeah.
That
We'll
man, he's
we'll
not
talk about it. We'll
human.
talk about it. We've got what 5 weeks?
5 weeks to
5
go.
weeks. Yeah.
But yeah, what I was gonna tell you, yes, Craig, let's meet up. Let's get some lunch. Let's get some dinner. Um, honestly, like I'm that night, even if I'm alone doing it, I'll probably go across the street. So Smile 2 we watched last year. It scared the shit out of me. Like Saturday night at Scarefest. I might go see Black Phone 2
I'm going
that
to
Saturday
does come
night.
out that weekend. Yeah.
I might go see it that night. I might go see it Saturday night. So, because I was like, that theater, the Dolby Atmos all around the theater is creepy. So, yep. Yes.
Another movie we gotta
100%.
watch. We gotta watch Black Phone One again. Recap on that.
I know I haven't seen it since it came out, so I need
Mhm.
to definitely watch it. But Craig, hello. How's it going, bud? What's going on, man? Hope you're doing well. Um, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm stoked for it. Cannot wait for Scarefest. It's gonna. Have you been to a horror movie convention before? I know you've been to a convention.
Mhm. I've been to comic conventions, but I've never been to a horror movie convention.
Oh, it's fun. It's
I'm excited.
good.
I'm really excited for it, for real.
It's so awesome. I'm excited for you to experience this because it's a lot of fun. Like I love going to these things and Scarefest. I've been going to. I think I've missed 2 shows, and I started going in 2010.
So 15 years is solid.
Yeah, which doesn't feel like 15 years, but it has been. You can go back and watch some of my old videos, like from the first convention. I had questionable hairstyles back then that I was wondering why I was doing what I was doing. I was a sweaty hot mess. Like, there's a couple photos I look at, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you can see armpit sweat, and I was like, no, no, I'm not feeling that.
Just wear a
And
tank top this year. Nobody will know.
well, there's one photo I'm looking at right now where I'm with John Carpenter and I had a questionable hairstyle, and Lewis keeps looking at that one. He's like, oh, that's your early stage mullet. I'm like, I did not have a mullet in that photo. It was just the way my hair was growing at the time.
Yeah,
But yeah, very stoked for Scarefest. We'll definitely be doing videos and doing like shorts for the YouTube channel.
absolutely,
So
absolutely.
really excited. But yes, Craig, cannot wait to hang out with you, buddy. Excited. Um, it's gonna be fun. It's so much fun. I love doing these. And I promised myself I'm not going to buy a lot this year, but I always break that and I buy like a whole bunch of crap. I'm like,
Yeah.
yep.
I'm usually pretty tame when it comes to buying stuff at conventions. I try to be at least.
Mm,
Yeah. I will say though, I took my daughter to like a small comic convention a couple weeks ago, and like
yeah.
the temptation to buy her literally everything was high.
Yeah.
Fortunately, though, she sold a dollhouse. She did a big girl thing. She
Yeah.
outgrew her LOL dolls, and she sold all of her LOL dolls conveniently that morning,
Yeah.
and that was for spending money for the day.
That's
Yeah,
awesome. That is awesome.
and she made a good chunk. Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. I think we should wrap it up. We got two more
Okay.
weeks. 2 more weeks. 9/24. It's a Wednesday. Obviously, we're gonna be talking about the Twilight movies and ranking
Twilight.
them, and then our follow up. We will be revisiting Strangers Chapter 1, and then talking about the new Strangers Chapter 2.
Excited. When does that come out? That's like at the end of
Um,
September.
End of September or first week of October. I think it's the end of September though.
Should we talk about all the Strangers movies? What do you think?
How many of them are there? There's
There's
what? Four?
four. There's four total. There's four total. Four of them total. So we'll
All right,
figure it out.
we'll revisit it. We got to
We'll go
power
from
through
there.
5 Twilight movies in 2 weeks, and then
We'll go.
I don't know.
We'll go from there.
Yeah,
So, but anyway, it's been fun. I had a great time as
absolutely,
always.
for sure.
Always. I think this is our 9th or 10th episode.
Yeah,
We've been doing this for like 3 or 4 months.
look at us go.
I know. So, yep. And I have to thank again you because you were the one that like came up with this idea of like wanting to do like a stream together. And now look at this. We have our own series. So,
Looked
it's
at the
awesome.
wrong one.
It's awesome. Anyway, we're wrapping this. Thank
Yes.
you everybody. Thank you, Craig. We appreciate it. You take care too. You take care too, buddy. We'll talk soon. And you all have a great night, great evening, great morning, wherever you are. If you're watching the playback, thank you so much for watching.
And tune in Friday for some Borderlands 4 content.
On his channel,
Yes.
subscribe. It's down below. Your channel's down below.
Yes.
Subscribe. My channel's down below. Our Double Edge Cinema podcast channels down below. Please go subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. And thank you so much for everything, guys. So y'all have a wonderful night, and we'll talk to you later. And we're gonna awkwardly end this because it takes like 10 seconds to end this. But
As we
we
do.
love you. We love you. We love you.